Both candidates understand the stakes, so they're busy on the trail and on the airwaves.
Every day I wake up and play a brilliant, complex,
overqualified,
get-it-done woman
who obsessively fights for justice,
who cares, who gives a voice to the voiceless. Our characters are on television, but the real world?
The real world has Hillary Clinton.
The real world has Hillary Clinton.
Only one candidate for president has opposed every disastrous deal, Bernie Sanders. While others supported unfair trade deals, Bernie stood with American workers. He'll take on Wall Street and their trade deals because he doesn't take their money.
Much like Donald Trump, Molly, Bernie Sanders has bet the ranch essentially on trade and unfairness. The system is rigged to get you. She's part of the establishment, he would say. How important is it that he add to Michigan? If Michigan becomes an afterthought, so does he, right?
Yes, I think so. And it's very important, as you said, for delegate reasons and also for sort of psychological reasons, right? He needs to show that he's still getting traction in this race. Right. The narrative was turning against him before Michigan, and then the fact that he was able to pull off that incredible upset showed people that there is still a very vocal constituency in the Democratic base that wants what he is selling. And particularly on trade, it is very striking that Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump have effectively the same position on trade, and that they are getting traction in these heartland states, the Rust Belt, the industrial Midwest, where the loss of those manufacturing jobs is very deeply felt, and where even though Hillary Clinton has tried to run against the Trans-Pacific Partnership and as a fair trade candidate, people are not buying it. They do not believe that that's the side of this issue that she is on, and they're reacting to that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big differences is Trump not able to broaden his coalition, certainly not racially, but finally Bernie Sanders is doing that. We saw him really start to eat into what had been Hillary Clinton's dominance among African Americans in Michigan. She still won by 40 points. He's also doing better with white voters. He wasn't doing so well with white voters in the South, certainly didn't do well with them in Mississippi, a contest that was that same day, but won white voters by 14%. And so that kind of mixture, I think, for these other states, which are demographically pretty similar to Michigan in terms of the ratio of black voters to white voters.
And it really just shows how well that populist economic message plays in the Midwest. I mean, you look at, you know, obviously him doing well in Michigan, potentially how he does in Ohio will go a long way to showing whether or not how effective Hillary Clinton has been as she's tried to shift to the left on the issue, and how much of a liability that trade issue is in states like Michigan and Ohio. I mean, Rob Portman, the senator from Ohio, who former U.S. trade representative, came out against the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and Hillary Clinton once called it the gold standard and had to reverse her position on that. That's such a big liability, and if she does do poorly on Tuesday, that will be a big reason why.
And here's the backdrop.